Hey, new calendar. Drag racing stuff. Hey, that's cool. Welcome back to a hot laboratory right now. You probably didn't watch the last video because almost nobody did, but we left off with installing the race pack in the GTO so we could dial in the adjustable clutch. You'll notice the GTO is not in the shop right now. Apologies to the Mustang fans. We've got a really dusty Mustang in the shop right now. We haven't done anything with this thing yet, but hopefully soon. So where is the GTO? Well, it's actually in the trailer, ready to go to the grand opening of Motion Performance Raceway in Gimli. But before that, I'm off to Miles of Mayhem as a co-pilot with my friend Sean, and that's going to make it a bit of a challenge to get back in time for the grand opening of MPR. So that's why we've got the truck and trailer and everything loaded up and ready to go for a quick turnaround. But we're not going to the track completely blind on the initial clutch setting. Before loading it up, I made a trip around the neighborhood just to collect some basic data on how the clutch was behaving. So let's just quickly look at that data now. All right, so this is just going down the highway in fourth gear, and we stab the throttle here about 2,600 RPM, and the RPM shoots right up to 3,600, and it kind of just flatlines there, and it stays there while the drive shaft curve starts trying to catch up with it. And I kind of chickened out here because I guess I was going too fast on the road. I didn't wait for it to completely lock up, but if we follow that general curve, it's probably going to lock up about, I'm guessing 3,900 RPM, which is probably pretty close to where we want it. So we're going to leave 4 turns of clutch in this thing, take it to the racetrack, and start with that, thinking that we're probably going to be pretty close. Okay, so we have some confidence in our initial guesstimate on the clutch setting. So off to the track we go. All right, here we go. Let's see how close I was on the clutch setup. Thanks a lot. Okay, well, it was 159, 60 foot, which wasn't bad. I ran it all the way out the big end just to get a baseline, and of course I went too fast, 1137. 118 is about right. I got to check the air density, but I think that was pretty close on the clutch setup. And I can see the cameras pointing at the ceiling again, so yeah, I'm not sure how much of that run you got, but we're pretty close. So we're going to pull the data log, look and see what the race pack said, and make adjustments accordingly. All right, so here's our first run. Red is engine RPM, green is drive shaft RPM, and yellow is the engine to drive shaft RPM ratio. So we dump the clutch right here where we start seeing some drive shaft motion, and it's not very smooth. So we are spinning the tires, shaking the tires a little bit. So We might have to do some air pressure adjustments and shock adjustments on there. But if you look right where I launch here, we got a 4,000 RPM launch limiter in there. We're about 4,100 or so, so it's a little bit high, but pretty close. When I launch, it only dips down a little bit, 3,700, and then it kind of flatlines here, and it holds RPM steady until the engine to drive shaft ratio here matches our first gear ratio in the transmission, which is like 280, 299 or 298, I can't remember. But anyway, right about there is where that locks up. So we're slipping the clutch for about 1.2 seconds, which is maybe a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. We're slipping it pretty good on the gear changes as well. So I think there is a little bit of opportunity here to maybe tighten the clutch up just a little bit. We'll give it a half a turn and see what happens. If we look at the G-force trace here, we get a decent launch, and we don't get that big bog that we used to have with the street clutch after that. So G-forces stayed well above 1G here all the way through first gear. So the slipping clutch is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So this was a really good guess on my part for an initial clutch setting. This is really close. So we're going to try a half a turn and try it again and see what happens. Okay, here we go. Half a turn more clutch in it. Let's see what this does. So that was me screwing up because I've got a two-step launch RPM bypass for the burnout, and I forgot to flip the switch back the other way. So yeah, that was a lost run. All right, here's the ugliness of our second run. So what's supposed to be a 4,000 RPM launch, you can see is like 5,800 RPM launch. So yeah. And if you look at our engine to drive shaft ratio, it just instantly locks right up. So all of that counterweight we've got in the clutch at that RPM is going to lock the thing right up. And if you look at the drive shaft RPM, we just get massive amounts of wheel spin here. So it is an absolute lost run because I forgot to flip the one little switch that gives us the launch limiter. So next time we'll try and put some sticky notes on the dash maybe to remind me all the things that I got to do before I stage the car. But yeah, this wasn't a good run. And unfortunately, it was our last run for the day, so next time we'll try and do better. So we're back home and in the shop again. We made it back from Miles of Mayhem in time. I actually left early because I wasn't feeling well, and I got a ride home from my friend Rod, who had to bail out early, unfortunately, but that's a whole other story. I didn't make a video out there since, well, I wasn't racing myself. I made a video in the past when I was racing out there, and that track channel does a way better job of covering events like this and making just awesome videos. So if you haven't already, check out his channel. Opening day at MPR was exactly the kind of special, magical day I expected it to be. There were lots of race cars and lots of spectators. Lots of racers that I hadn't seen in years came out of the woodwork. In hindsight, I wish I would have taken more video and taken more pictures there, but I had my own program going on, and I discovered that if you want a reasonable pit spot there now, you need to get there on Friday, not first thing Saturday morning. So there's a bit more to my story of just making one full pass and one horrible attempt. I actually forgot my laptop at home somehow, and without it, it was impossible to see the data in the race pack. Fortunately, my friend Sean, who I was co-pilot with at Miles of Mayhem, was cannonballing back from Edmonton to MPR and was able to stop by my house and pick up my laptop, but that forced me to wait a while until he arrived at the track. Then once I saw the data and decided to make a clutch adjustment, in the middle of it, I got distracted by many people that came by and said very kind things about my GTO. Thank you for all of you. But I lost my spot on the clutch adjustment, and I had to back off everything and completely start from scratch. So that cost me a bunch of time. Plus, there was this massive gamblers race going on in the afternoon. So it was late in the day by the time I got to make my second attempt. And well, you all saw how that went. The GTO was running rough after that and making some new noises, so it's in the shop again now, and I need to go over it all to see if that abuse did any kind of damage to anything. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. Short video this time, but thanks for watching. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, and as usual, be kind, be humble. See you next time. So, off to the track we go. Not bad. One take. Professional.